Is Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson a fight that we all want to see? Or is it a snooze fest and people prefer to see Tank against a fighter who will engage like Teofimo Lopez and give the fans what they want to see? My recent interview with Coach Calvin Ford, Calvin expressed his concerns against fighting Shakur because, well, Shakur has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that he can stay away.
If he wants to stay away, he's like a rabbit. Like, he could stay away. So
Yeah, but do the fans pay for that?
No, but what I was going to ask you was, let's say he fights Tank. Do you see any problem at all being like, if he wants to stay away, like, you can't catch him. It's really hard to catch him.
Well, why would I put Tank in a situation like that when we can't do what we do? Because right now, if Tank don't get a knockout, it's gonna you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If because everybody think Tank got to knock everybody out to win a fight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You with me? Because that stab is on him.
Okay.
So it makes sense when I was listening to a podcast and they was talking about how the judges got when Tank dropped Garcia and they gave him the scorecard was wrong,
That's
which was
crazy.
But that happens. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So like in that fight with Shakur, the guy, I thought he won the first round. They gave the first round to Shakur.
Very, very gifted and skillful with his feet, with his defensive skills, but that brings a very lackluster performance, and a lot of fans said that it was a snooze fest. And I want to make this clear, guys. Professional boxers at this level, none of them are scared of each other. Some fighters might choose to not fight certain fighters or wait for the timing to be right and make better business decisions. But the notion that certain boxers, especially at the elite world championship level, are scared is ridiculous. Calvin was simply stating that he knows this fight is more than likely gonna go 12 rounds because Shakur, if anything, has proven that his footwork, his defensive skills are amazing. He's like a rabbit or a cat with speed to hop in and out and keep himself safe at all times. And Calvin is rightfully concerned because his fight with Ryan Garcia is a prime example. Tank dropped Ryan and that round was still scored 10-10. Now that's illegal. Literally illegal. We all know that a knockdown is mandatory 10-8. At very best, if the fighter who gets dropped gets up and hurts the guy and has him almost out, they could give it a 10-9. But there is no way, no alternate universe where a 10-10 round is okay in that situation. So Calvin is rightfully worried about the judging. And we all know that there has been awful judging in boxing, so it's nothing new. I spoke with Gervonta's other coach, Coach Kenny, and Kenny had a very different outlook on it.
If you could have your pick on who he would fight, who would it be?
At 135, Shakur, because, again, Tank and Shakur is the last two standing out of the five kings from 3-4 years ago.
Well, you know what Coach Calvin told me recently? I'm curious if you agree. He said that he would be worried about fighting Shakur only because Shakur proved that Shakur can run, right? And it's very likely to go 12 rounds. And Coach Calvin brought up that when you guys fought Ryan, he drops Ryan, they still give it a 10-10 round, so the judging is questionable. So he says something about like fighting Shakur would be rolling the dice just because of the judging. You can never trust the judges to get it right.
I understand that, but I can't see him going 12 rounds without getting hit. You know, every fighter gonna get hit every round. You know.
Yeah, but he did. I give him one thing. Like it was a very lackluster. It wasn't fun to watch at all. But he was able to stay away effectively.
Thank God, his feet is a bit better than Santos.
Mm-hmm.
IQ is better too, you know.
Right.
And he hit up.
Yeah, of course.
He actually wanted to go at Shakur because that'll clean up the rest of the 135-pound division. And then once Tank conquers 135 and is king, then he can move on to 140. As Kenny said, there's unfinished business at 35, and Shakur is that. And say what you want to about Shakur Stevenson, but he has mastered the sweet science to a T. It is the art of hitting and not getting hit. Now, I know a lot of fans said they fell asleep watching Shakur's last fight, but you got to give the kid credit. Now, to be clear, I think, as of right now, Tank Davis is the best at 135 and 140. I think in a round-robin tournament, I think Tank wins. However, after Devin Haney's recent performance, and even Shakur's performance, I started questioning it, and now I'm not so sure. Devin Haney has showed that moving up in weight and with his experience, he is a dangerous fighter, and now he's also packing a punch. But Shakur, weirdly enough, although bored everybody, showed me that he's really hard to beat. That's what you got to pull out of it, because he's still mastering the sweet science. It's going to be very hard for anybody to catch him. And it's going to be very hard for them to stop Shakur from landing, albeit a couple jabs here and there. It's going to be hard for them to stop him from landing those counters. So what do you guys think? Do you think Shakur versus Tank is an exciting fight and a fight that everybody wants to see? Or do you think Coach Calvin is right for being apprehensive of taking such a fight that could really let the boxing politics do a lot of damage? Would you guys rather see Tank fight somebody who engages like Teofimo or even Devin? Or would you rather see him fight Shakur, since Shakur is branded as possibly one of the best defensive fighters of this generation? Let me know what you guys think. Tell me in the comments.